welcome back to Heavy on the Harris. I'm Jamal.
I'm Brittany.
Yo.
We back.
Yeah, we back. Life been lifing for us, y'all.
Yeah, it really has.
Oh my God. Life is gonna life sometimes, but you know.
But we still blessed.
We a lemonade type family, so when them lemons come, you already know how it's going on with us. What's been going on with us?
Nothing. What? We went on a date. Finally.
I was trying to set you up for it to see, like, you know what I mean?
I said it. We went on a date. Finally.
Okay, first of all, let me just say, I tried to take her on
Oh
a
my
date
gosh, Jamal, really?
last week. She reneged on me because, tell them why you reneged on me.
I did not renege, so this is irrelevant.
You did, because we had already planned to go. It is what it is. So, needless to say, I am a great listener. She just kept talking about wanting to go on a date, and I took her on a date.
Jamal,
and something that she would really
stop
love
it.
to.
I'm a great listener.
I am a great listener. I be listening. I hear when you talk,
Oh,
and
okay.
I apply it to your everyday life.
Okay. Well, you are at times. Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay, so I wanted to discuss, you know, I heard some stuff. I keep my ear to the street sometimes.
Do you now?
I heard people talking about just different things. So every once in a while, like, I mean, it's really hard to like scroll through social media and not come across people like giving their opinions on relationships or like, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. A lot of it's just kind of, I just kind of heard guys talking about red flags. So, I wanted to discuss that with you. First of all, like, how many red flags did you see in me on the spit eye?
How many red flags?
Yeah, did you see me? I'm talking about originally. Like, when we first started dating, you was like the first one. You was like, I don't know about this. Like, what was the first like major red flag that you saw?
You're asking me what the red flag was, or you're just asking me how many red flags I had?
I know I can hit you with a multiple layered question. You can answer both though. I would like to hear the answer to both of those.
I mean, initially there were a few. I wouldn't even call all of them red flags.
Okay.
I just had standards for what I wanted in a guy, and most of them were not you.
Yeah, one of them is the baby.
Yeah, you had a kid, and I did not want to date a guy with a kid.
Look at you. Life been changed because of that pretty little baby.
That's true.
Yeah.
She's a blessing, so I guess I would have missed out, but
really?
Yeah, I wasn't trying to.
That's why
I wasn't trying to be nobody's stepmom.
It ain't worth a damn, really, because like you know.
It could be, but
you know what I'm saying.
It doesn't always matter. Yeah, true.
It don't matter at all.
But and then like you know your promiscuous past was a huge. That was a red flag. Now that wasn't no standard. That was just a red flag off jump. I was like, but I didn't know that right off the bat. Like I really didn't know.
Exactly.
No. Like it was something that I just didn't really know about until.
I kind of had to spring that in on you, like, you know.
Which is very manipulative.
That was a form of manipulation?
I mean, I think it is. If you're gonna like omit things and like that's something important to know. Initially, I feel like.
Honestly, what I
maybe I don't know. Maybe I didn't ask. I don't really know if I asked. I don't know.
Because you asked me the other day, like if I would have found out, like that you lied about yours or something like that. Like
I said if I would have, I asked him if I would have lied, and like I told him like yesterday, like okay, when you first met me, I told you how many people it was, but then it was really, but in real life, I have a confession. It was like 300 people. What would you? What would you
300
say?
Is nuts, G.
300 is not nuts.
That's like.
I mean, no. 300 is nuts.
For like a regular person, that's wild. Like.
Okay. What if I said 100?
Okay. I would be like, why you have to lie to me? But.
Okay, but if I would have said 100, you would have still dealt with me? Like, initially, if you would have met me, I'm like, and we were just having a casual conversation, and he was like, you know, what's your body count? And I was like, 100.
Oh, I don't know. I was a hypocrite back when I was in the streets because I had a girl kind of tell me something that similar that turned me away from her.
Oh, wow. That's crazy about you.
And I knew, like, my number was more than hers, but it was just like, what? Why is you, like, what are you doing?
These double standards, I tell you. These double standards, boy.
I'm grown.
Oh, thank God.
Because if you told me, now if I heard it now, I would be like, you know what?
You wouldn't care?
It ain't that big of a deal. I would care.
Oh, you would care?
I would care, but I wouldn't be like,
It wouldn't be like a deal breaker.
Yeah, it's be like, damn, I would care that you like felt like you had to hide it from me.
So what was my red flags?
Okay, I wouldn't say. I kind of would use the same.
Here we go, because I feel like I know what you're gonna say, even though.
Well, okay, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. No. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to interrupt you. Go ahead, boo.
Nah, I want to see if you can spot like just kind of how like I guess the first one.
Go ahead. I want you to just tell me.
Okay. One of the main red flags was like the way you acted when you didn't get your way.
Okay.
Or like when you heard no, like your like pushy. Well, I wouldn't say pushiness. Your persistence. Pushy sound like a bad word in this sense. Like you feel me, but it was kind of like you know what I'm saying. The way that you acted, like if I told you no, you would just be like hell bent on changing my mind, and that would be like one of the like because I'm one of the people like I don't like to be asked like stuff over and over. And her thing when we first met was like no is a delayed yes.
It usually is.
You know what I'm saying? Like no means no. They made that for people like her, like except for she won't like taking my cookies.
Yeah. What? Well, no means no, but I mean I feel like in some situations, then
no ain't no for Brittany. No,
that's not true. That's not true.
I'm gonna add, okay. So
that's not true, and I do agree. Like I was a little bit much when I did not get my way. I will completely agree to that. I think pretty much most of my ex-boyfriends can tell you that, which was so childish to me. But I was also a child. Not at the time where you met me, but I was thank God for growth.
A little over the top.
I didn't say over the top.
Oh.
I mean, I guess I was.
Okay.
Listen, I'm very self-aware, and also I'm not the same person that I was before.
You are not. Amen.
So, okay, calm down.
No, I'm just saying, like, oh my God.
I am not the same person that I was before, so I can admit that in the past, when I did not get my way, and when I was, in relationships, and I guess probably in other ways, I was just not the most pleasant person. But that's okay because I'm not that way anymore. So,
God for growth.
So much for your red flags though, because it obviously wasn't that much of a red flag because look where you are.
Okay, so but like that's the thing though, because I've always been one of them people like that's kind of what that leads us in the direction I wanted to discuss. Like the discussion I wanted to have around it is like, are the red flags something that like should steer you away from a person? Because I looked at the stuff that I saw and heard that I didn't like. And I always viewed it as it's not gonna always be like this. Like this is not like a who she is forever type thing. This is a who she is right now. And I understood going into it like, okay, I knew that dealing with her, I was gonna have to deal with an overly emotional person based off the circumstances that she had in her life. And I just like whatever, this just was gonna come with dealing with somebody like her. That's like, how could she not be? You know what I'm saying? With everything that she had going on in her life prior to meeting me, you know what I mean? This is stuff like I like.
Yeah, and honestly, most people don't think that way. Like I think every guy I was with knew what I was going through, but they weren't like as patient with me as you were. But again, I was young, they were young, so maybe they just didn't know how to handle something like that. But yeah, I'm
just saying like
that's what happens when you date older people.
Yeah, so I didn't really red flags. I mean, they was red flags to me, but I wasn't gonna make that like the reason why I didn't like stick things out with you or stick things through because we weren't gonna always be the same people we was.
But
okay, we was 25 or 21.
So I agree. But on the flip side of that, I would say like, you know how I feel like women date men and then they see red flags sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And some women decide not to like, what's the word? Like overlook it and be like, oh, well, because since they see other things they actually like in him, they'll try to overlook the red flag and think that he'll change. Because I feel like that's kind of what you did. Like, oh, she'll change. Like in hopes that I won't always be that way because you didn't know whether I will always be that way or not. So you just assumed that maybe I wouldn't. And when women do that, it's like, girl, you should have known. You can't change a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to know when to overlook, when not to overlook, and just to hope that somebody will change. Because a lot of times people don't. I mean, some people do, yeah. But
I have faith in people, man.
Yeah.
You don't have no faith? But okay,
I don't have faith in people like that. No, I don't. Not really. I didn't really have faith in you that much. I mean, I guess I did in a way because I stayed with you and I kind of got with you in hopes that, like, however I knew you treated other people in the past, or because I know of your past, I was hoping you wouldn't do the same thing to me, but I didn't know. So I guess I took a chance with you, but I mean, that's why I feel like in the beginning of our relationship, I was so, like, I guess insecure, not because of something you did to me, but because I saw what you did before, and I didn't want that to be me. Because a lot of people say that guys won't change. If he like this before, he gonna be like that then, you know. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Like this, you
forever
know.
For the streets. She was saying I was gonna be forever for the streets.
I mean, I don't think he was gonna be for the streets, because let's be clear, he was not gonna be with me if he was for the streets. But I was just like, I feel like it's hard to, okay, you're not gonna date somebody and be like, oh, it's just a switch you turn off, because that's kind of what happened with you. And that's why I asked you, like, how did you just turn it off? Like, you know, like if you was messing with all these people and like living your life and, you know, being a single man, I guess, then how do you just get in a relationship and then just turn it off, you know?
I got a relationship with you, I ain't gonna lose you.
That's cute.
It's really kind of is that simple.
Because you didn't want to lose me?
Yeah, I really didn't.
But why did it take you? Never mind. We're not getting there. We're not going there. We ain't going there.
No, I wasn't in a relationship with you before when.
I know.
Because you, how you like to remind me all the time.
We were not together. Yeah.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, now you want to say that we wasn't together?
We always been together. But no, I'm just saying, you be wanting to say that though. You feel me? Like.
Because we wasn't together, and I will say that. Until the end of time, we were not.
But together. I mean, yeah. So that's how it was. You know, it's just like, damn, man, what I'm gonna do if I lose her? These women are trash out here. It's just a bunch of pool of trash women. That's how I felt. You know what I mean? I'm not calling all women trash. I'm just saying. A lot of the women I was encountering before I met her just wasn't. And even like the couple that I thought really were like not trash, it was trash. So, excuse me. I just didn't want to like lose the one woman that I was just really want trash just because she was like emotional because her mama had been dead like for years.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Yeah, that sounds kind of harsh.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. I don't know. It ain't like a, you know, I'm just saying like, you emotional, like, and that's really the worst thing about you. And like I said, I came into this situation already knowing that when you got upset, you was gonna act like this. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is like, I wasn't blind. Like I didn't get blindsided in that. You feel me? So that's why it was a lot easier to deal with too. You know what I mean? Because I kind of like prepared myself for that. Like, oh, you got this going on? Oh, this happened? Well, you know what this means, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it was easy for me to overlook those red flags, I guess. And that was really it. You know what I mean? Other than that, like, you know, you didn't really come with nothing like a bunch of stuff that I would be like, nah, I just saying everything else, like you checked all the other boxes. You know what I'm saying? But like that one thing though, it did kind of trigger me because I just didn't want to be in like a relationship where we were just like at each other, like whatever it was, like we just arguing. I just didn't want to deal with that. I never wanted that. I don't want nothing but peace. And like,
I was very argumentative back in the day. Like I was ready. Like if you wanted to argue with me, I was like ready to go toe to toe with you. I don't care who you were. Yeah, I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, I didn't really.
But I'm not really like that anymore. I don't really care to argue. That's not my thing.
Growth is.
I'd rather not. Growth is everything.
Yes.
Because
yes.
I don't know. I feel, but like I said, I feel two ways about it. I do feel like red flags are important because I feel like there's certain red flags in men and women that you should not ignore, you know? Like I feel like the way a guy treats his mom is important when it comes to women and like looking at red flags for men. Like if he doesn't, like if he like disrespects his mom, then I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna disrespect you. And like if he has like a bad relationship with his mom, some men, I'm not saying all men, but some men that don't have good relationships with their mom don't really value women like that shit, I guess. Because they're still kind of harboring the resentment from their own moms.
Got mama issues.
Yeah, like mommy issues. So that, I feel like that's a red flag I wouldn't want to deal with.
Like if you had like the kids thing isn't a red flag for me.
Yeah, I don't think.
The way you treat your kids and the way you interact with your kids and stuff like that has been like.
So would you have talked to me if I had a kid?
Yeah. But like I said, what would have made me leave you alone is the things I see you do around your kid. Or like if you would have like just did something that considered to be questionable.
Yeah.
Like for a parent to do, you know what I'm saying? Like
That makes sense.
yeah, those are the red flags. I mean, some people like just, you got a kid. I ain't dealing with your baby daddy, and I ain't know.
Yeah.
I never care about that. But
I feel like that's not realistic anyway. Most people have kids now, and I feel like if you are using some of these red flags and standards to like kind of make it so like they're deal breakers, then you're probably not gonna find many people. Not saying that you don't have to lay your standards down by the riverside, but like relaxing them just a little bit is not always a bad thing, as long as it's stuff that you're willing to like negotiate with, like the kid thing. Like, okay, well, maybe I can't like him. Maybe just because he has a kid, maybe I can look at that in a positive way and know that he will be a good father to my kids, or you know.
So that's what made you change your mind about me?
About you having a kid?
Yeah. What was it about me that you was like, you know what? I don't even care. I don't even care.
It took me a long time to not care. I always cared. It's not that I cared, but like I always wanted to start a family with whoever I married. Like I wanted us both to have like our first kid together. That was very important to me. But also, like I said, pretty much the same thing I said, like the way that you treated your kid, I was like, well, I know for a fact he's gonna be a good father to my kids. And I was right. Go me. So that was important because like you put your kid first, like never put me before her when we were like dating and stuff. So that was good, which means you are a good father. So I guess it was just like, well, you know, I guess I could overlook it. And she was so sweet and so cute, and she loved me. So, and I'm a little girl, so how could I not, like, you know, welcome her with open arms?
Yeah, now she almost a grown woman.
Please don't remind me.
This is crazy.
Please don't remind me. But yeah, so I mean, I think it is important to have standards and to look out for red flags.
Yeah.
But like some of them, like I said, are just deal breakers. Like the obvious red flags they're obvious. But the other ones, it's like, oh, I wouldn't gotta, you know, to be like, they have to be 6 feet tall. They have to make 6 figures. They have to
like being
have gone to college.
Is a red
they
flag.
Have to 5'4". I mean, not for me necessarily. As long as you're somewhat taller than me, you don't have to be like, you're 5'11", like, you know.
That's a big difference from 5'4".
It is, but I'm saying like some women like tall guys. Like I don't care. So, like honestly, don't even like dating the guys that are that tall.
Yeah, I came with everything I came with except for like 5 foot even.
Oh,
I'm short.
5 foot even, Jamal.
I'm short, like 5'5", 5'2", 5'1", somewhere around there between 5.
But our relationship is still the same.
Everything is saying, you know, I treat my baby nice. You think I'm gonna treat your kids nice and all of that. You know what I mean? Good relationship with my mom, all of that. I'm just 5 feet tall.
It just depends because if I didn't know, I've dated short guys before. Let's start there. But it was a long time ago though. So I don't know. To be honest, like but my thing is like, okay, I would love to say yes, but my thing is, would I have even known all those things about you? Like, would I have given you the time of day to even know all those things? I cannot say that I would have. I don't know, honestly. I mean, I would like to say that I would, but I don't want to lie. I don't know.
You wouldn't even give me the time.
I don't know. 5 feet is very short. Like, I'm not even tall.
That's what
so for you to be 5 feet, you're going to be like here to me? Like, I mean, I don't know.
I need to lay my head right under your chin.
And also, it depends on what stage of my life I was in. Back then, I probably wouldn't have even talked to you. Because 5 feet is crazy. But 5 feet people need love too. They gotta date somebody. Maybe the 4 foot niners.
Wow.
I don't know. But now in my life, I know it's important. So I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna write you off because you're 5 feet. Would I want to date a guy that's 5 feet? Ideally, no. But if he checked all my other boxes, I would be so dumb to say, oh, but he's 5 feet. Like, what, girl? Are you stupid?
I mean, that's a red flag.
Because you can end up with a 6 foot dude that like. But will have you like in a horrible position in life. Like y'all they don't take care of you. They don't take care of his kids. Like, no, thank you.
I guess like the biggest red flags would be like stuff like, you know, not like physical things.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
She don't want to go to work. Like that type of stuff. Like, you know what I mean? She don't want to work at all. Or
that's a red flag. Maybe she don't have to work.
No, that's a huge red flag.
Really?
Yeah.
So if I didn't want to work, that would be a red flag?
Nobody grown doesn't like. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if I met you,
some people don't work. Some women want to be like housewives.
No, yeah,
like if
we are like together, and we like, you know what I'm saying, had this discussion, and I'm like, look, you my old lady, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't want you to like, you know what I'm saying.
Work, yeah.
That's different. If I'm just meeting you out of nowhere and then you just like, nah, I don't want to work. I just like, that's a red flag.
Oh, okay, I see.
You know what I mean?
Like if you just met her, yeah. I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's a red flag. But I guess stuff like that would be like, you know, I mean, I don't know, because even with that, everybody, I'm one of them people that nobody's gonna stay the same.
Yeah,
everybody can change. Everybody's going to change. Not like they can. You're going to.
Yeah.
Whether you try not to and like you just gonna change. Like I've got a way of like evolving the way, you know what I'm saying, like your way of thinking, the way you do things, the way you handle things. Like life is gonna evolve you. You know, you don't really have no choice but to adapt to it. So
that's true.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. For me, I'm a red flag. I can see them, but that's not like a. Some people would think that when you see red flags, leave them red flags and run. But, you know, if I can't live my life that way because there's no, I'm really big on grace and room for like and growing. Like you can't be expecting that. Everybody want it.
A lot of people don't give enough grace nowadays.
No.
But yeah, everybody does want it.
Everybody want it, but don't nobody want to give it out. It just makes
true.
Zero sense, bro. Like, you feel me? Like,
yeah.
And I done did enough stuff in my life that I need the grace, G. I need to give it to me.
Same,
like,
yeah.
I need the grace, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't got the room to be like, oh nah, you ain't, nope, I ain't dealing with that, you know. Because like it is some stuff, like I had a really bad relationship when I was young, that early on things resembled, like I saw things that in our potential relationship that was like, I was like, I do not want this. But, you know, one, I knew my grandma ain't lie to me because my grandma told me I was supposed to be with you. I knew she didn't lie to me.
She was very smart. I loved her. I knew I loved her.
She won't lie to me, shorty, but, you know, so, I mean, I don't know. To each his own, you know, you see a red flag run. If that's how you want to live your life, I just can't live my life like that. I refuse to. And I'm glad that I didn't, because if I'd have ran from the red flags, then who the hell would I be married to? Ain't no, you know what I'm saying?
Your life would be
probably some white lady making Dr. Umar mad as hell.
Oh my gosh, I cannot. What is wrong with you?
Word up. I don't know what I would do. It wouldn't. I'm just saying my life would have been upside down if I would have been like red flag. Nope.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
My life, man.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead now. Go ahead.
Whatever. You're so full of yourself.
Y'all follow us, like our stuff, subscribe to our stuff.
Yes, like, comment, subscribe.
We enjoy getting in front of this camera, telling y'all a little bit of our business. We don't give y'all everything. Y'all get enough that we can come in here and talk, you know what I'm saying, and have an open conversation. I feel like it's healthy. I feel like I'm getting like, honestly, I really do feel like this is like helping our relationship because we do get to have like.
I think it is because we have these sessions where we sit down and talk because we don't really talk outside of this, not as much because we be so busy with life.
For real.
So when we do these videos, we can actually sit down and have conversations and like see where each other's heads are at and stuff. And ironically, we kind of agree more than we thought we would. I feel like most of the stuff we disagree about is like
we equally yoked.
Most worldly things.
Yeah.
We are equally yoked.
We equally yoked, so, you know, of course we're going to be agreeing, you know.
All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for tuning in, and we will see y'all in the next video.
Love y'all. Thank y'all. Bye.
Bye.